darlings. Welcome to another episode of Look What Meg Found. I am here with another DIY kit from Stamping Up. This is from my friend Darla Roberts. I have to tell you guys, I am in love with these Stamping Up kits. You guys know this is the third one I've done. It's also the last one I'm going to do. But I really like how easy they make it for people like me who want to be paper crafters but can't cut a straight line to save their hind ends, to be able to make these high quality professional looking cards and other items. You know, the last one I did was the treat bags, but you get to paper craft without the expense of purchasing all of the supplies you could possibly need, without the headache of trying to come up with, wait, I didn't cut that right, I got to throw that one away, I got to try this one again. It's a really all-inclusive, fun way to paper craft without having to have the time, the money, and the frustration involved in getting started as a paper crafter. So let's run through what's in this kit, and then you guys know I'm going to put it together for you. We're going to make this together because it's fun. I've said this 150 times, and I'm never going to not say it. When you get your little box, it's Stamping Up. You open it up. This is what it looks like. You've got all of your supplies inside a little paper or a little plastic vacuum sealed bag. You've got stamps. You've got your stamp pad. This is the cutest little stamp pad. It's a little 1-inch Stampin' Spot. I'm going to explain to you why I love these stamps so much here in a minute. This particular kit is a Little Smile card kit. It's very beachy and coastal themed, so you guys know I'm all about this one. I've been saving it for last on purpose because I wanted this one to be the last one I did. So I'm going to set everything up, and I'm going to make this with you guys step by step. We're going to do, there's 4 different cards, so we're going to do one of each. You guys know I'm not going to make you sit there and watch all of the prep work. I'm going to have everything ready to go, so I'll be right back. All right, darlings, welcome back. We have everything spread out. I have literally spread like everything out, but I did get us a bigger place to do these on so you guys can see better. I'm really excited about this. So when you get your kit and you open it, I have a lot of it spread out here. I have some of the extra cardstock that we're not going to use on this one set to the side because it doesn't need to be on frame. But you get your stamps, and you get the one thing that I love about these Stampin' Up stamps. You get your clear block. This is just a clear block that these stamps go on so that you can actually see where you're lining up and getting these stamps exactly where you want them. These are all of the stamps included in the kit. They do come with a protective layer over the top that I'm going to go ahead and peel off and just set to the side because we don't need that right now. But when you go to use these, you just peel them up, peel it up, and stick it down where you want it. And then we'll go through how to ink these with the little stamp spots here shortly. I'm going to take this one back off because we're not using it right now. So you get your cardstock. All of the designs are already on them, but you can add to them if you choose to. There's 4 different ones on this. Now I'm going to set all but the one we need for the first one aside for right now so that they're off frame and out of our way. You get the envelopes for the cards. You get a little pouch that the cards will fit in. This is adorable. I love being able to organize them like this. All of that is going over to the side because we don't need it right now. And then you get all the various components of what you need. And you get your directions. Now the direction sheets are very simple. I grabbed the wrong cardstock. They make it very clear what it is they want you to do. Helps if I have the right cardstock to start this on number 1. And they literally walk you through all of the steps. You have your adhesive dots. You have all of your embellishments. You have your stamp pad. And as always on these guys, I forgot to open the stamp pad. I just use an X-Acto knife and run it right along the seam between the top and the bottom of the pad. Watch your fingers with X-Acto knives. Paper crafting should not involve blood sacrifices. You have your little stamping spot. This is the most adorable. I love these little stamp pads. I'm kind of obsessed with those stamp pads, and I'm thinking I need a collection just because they're cute. But we're going to dive right in on the first card we do. We're going to need one of these. So we're just going to pop it out. These are already perforated, so they pop right out. And we're going to need 3 adhesive dots, which is what these are. Now there's a couple of ways to do these. It depends on how the dots want to behave today. Sometimes they peel right off and you stick it on and then peel the backing off. Sometimes the backing comes off first, and then there's another way that I apply the dot. I have a little trash bowl over here because, yes, I need one. So we're going to put 3 of these little guys on here. With this, since it's open work, you're going to want to find an area that's fairly thick to stick this to. That way it will stick down and not show a lot on the front. That. And this one did exactly what I thought it was going to do. The top popped off. So I'm just going to find a spot where I want to put it and squish it down. And then the adhesive will peel right off the plastic. So you're going to take this center embellishment and center it on the card and stick it down. Going to take this little palm frond that I already popped out. And set it right there. Get one of the starfish. Again, these just pop right out. These are really pretty and glittery. I wish the camera would pick them up better. The starfish is going to get 2 of the little adhesive dots. Stick it on. This one, the back stuck, so I got to get the back off. Got it. Peel the back off of this one. Maybe. The back on this one is perfectly happy where it is. There we go. This goes kind of here in the corner. Stick it right down. You're going to need 1 dot for the palm frond. Kind of goes towards the middle of it. And it's green on one side and white on the other. So you'll know the front and the back. There's nothing confusing about which side's the front, which side's the back. They make it very clear for you. All right, the dot is on. Now we got to peel the backing. And it goes right about here. Then we need 1 of these little strips. Again, cardstock pops right out. Nothing difficult about this at all. You'll notice in your kit, you get a piece of cardboard. I use that to do all my stamping on in case I overstamp. I don't get it on my backdrop. So for this one, we are using just a little smile, which is right here. We're going to peel it off, stick it right onto the stamp. And now, when it comes, I struggled with this. I had to be explained to this. When you get this little stamping dot, you're like, but it doesn't fit to press it on. That's because you don't ink your stamp this way and press down. You apply the stamp pad to the stamp rather than the stamp to the stamp pad. Now our stamp is inked. And because you have the clear block, like I said earlier, you can line it up exactly where you want it to be. You can see exactly where it's going. Gone are the days of guessing whether or not you got it right. And then pulling it up and discovering that it's crooked or whatever. Now, we're done with this stamp, so we're just going to take it off and stick it back over here where it goes. Yes, I know it still has ink on it, and I need to clean it, and I will clean this as soon as we're done. Now we've done this. So now we're going to put 3 little dots on the back of this and stick it on the card. And the dot has decided to stick to my finger. There we go. Two and 3. Pop the backing off the dots. As far as popping this backing off, sometimes it takes a second to get the edge to come up, but as soon as the edge comes up, these little rounds come right off the back and expose the adhesive. So it's quick, it's easy, doesn't take long. I always wind up dropping them. I have a trash bowl right there for the trash. You'll find I never really use it. I just clean them off when I'm done. Now this gets kind of a little above center, so it goes over the bottom of the palm frond and the starfish. And it is that simple. It really is that simple. In that time frame, we just made this card. Now we're going to hop into number 2 because we're going to do all 4 that are in this kit today. So now we need this cardstock. I'm just working the crease so it'll lay flat for me. We need a palm tree, which I've already popped out. We need a piece of coral from over here. This has some fine pieces, so be careful when you're removing it that you get all of the pieces. Yep. With these corals, I would be very cautious and slow on the removal process because they do like to tangle a little bit. So set that one there. And we're also going to need a sand dollar off of the glitter page. And y'all already know I like glitter, so these make me happy. So we're going to start. This is the wrong palm tree. Hold on. I grabbed the wrong palm tree. We need this palm tree that doesn't have the sand below it. So we're going to start with this. It gets 3 little dots on the back. So stick it on, make sure it's stuck, pop the back. There we go. One more. This gets pretty much centered on the card. So now we have our palm tree. And we're going to stick the coral. I'm looking at the directions. You guys can see these directions are very clear. I'm going to stick down the coral and then the sand dollar. The coral gets 1 little adhesive dot at the very bottom. And this one is fine enough. You're not going to find a spot that doesn't leave a little adhesive exposed. So just make sure that you get it to the bottom. This goes directly below the leaves. There we go. We're going to put 2 dots on the back of the sand dollar. That one, the back peeled right off for me. So we're just going to stick it. That one did the same for me, so we're just going to stick this one on as well. And this goes at the bottom of the coral, so it covers it up a little bit. We need a plain white piece to stamp. The stamp for this one says, "You are amazing." So that is this one right here. Walk back, stick it down. Get to play with the ink pad again. I love these ink pads. They've got great color. They're consistent on the color. Now, if you've done a lot of stamping, you know it's not uncommon to find stamp pads that aren't necessarily consistent across the whole thing. These are. I'm going to line up the "You are amazing" right here. Stamp it. And then pop it off, because those little pieces will stick to the stamp because the ink is wet, but you just simply pop it right off. Take your piece back off the back because we're only making one of each, and stick it down. And this one needs a couple of little dots to stick it. So this one needs 2. 1, 2. And this goes right here. And again, just like that, we're done. That's how quick and easy these are, because everything is right here for you. So that one is going to go right there. I'm going to do number 3. Now for number 3, we need another piece of coral. Start at the bottom of this and get the bottom piece popped out so you can gently work out the fronds as you go so that it doesn't rip on you, because these are very delicate. Get this out of my way for a minute. We need a sand dollar. Yep, we need a sand dollar. We need one of these little palm fronds. Little palm frond. So now we're going to do the coral first. Same as last time. This is just going to go at the very bottom of the coral or on my nail, wherever it decides it wants to go. Got it. Peels a little adhesive back right off. This goes, right about here. Stick it right down. Then the palm frond is next. This goes kind of towards the end. Kind of not really center, a little off center towards the end without the stem. And the palm frond attaches right here. So you have a little bit of an overlap, and then we're going to put 2 on the back of the sand dollar. Sand dollar sticks right here over the top of the 2 of these. So it goes right there. We need a white piece. I'm looking at the directions again. Nope, we don't want the white one. We want the one that's got a little color to it. Looks almost like a weathered board. I know it's hard to see on the camera. but it's very much looks like a little weathered board. The camera just wants to white it out for you though. This stamp is the thank you. It means so much. So that is this one right here. This one likes where it is and doesn't want to come off. Got it. Again, just gonna line it up. Ink it. And stick it down. And I'm loving this color. This color is Coastal Cabana, and I really like it. It's kind of it's more of a medium teal. It's not a real dark. It's not a real light. It kind of falls in the medium stage. This gets 3 little adhesive dots. We're getting good at these adhesive dots. Well, I say that, and then the back of this one won't come off. And this simply goes right there. And voila, now you have a really cute little thank you card. And I like these little mini cards. These are very small. I like them. It's just enough to write a quick note in and then move on. Now we're going to go to 4. I got to refold my paper. Okay. This is our 4th card. We're using this background. Got the right tree this time. This tree is the first step. So we are going to stick our adhesive. This one gets 4, 1 on each bottom corner. And 2 towards the top. Well, that one likes my finger. And then we're going to pop these backs off. All right, all the backs are off. Now this is going to go so you line the bottom up even with the bottom and the sides of the card. So it becomes a whole feature on the card, and then it looks like that. Totally changes the whole card once you put that on. Now we need a starfish and a coral. You want to hear the lecture on the coral again? Pop it from the bottom, because it is connected right here at the very center of the bottom. Pop it there and then gently work the fronds out, because you don't want to risk tearing one. Turn those over. So we put the adhesive on. We need 2 on the starfish. That one wants to come with us. There's 1. There's 2. This one's going to sit here for a second. We need 1 for the coral. Again, just stick it all the way to the bottom. Cover as much of the coral as you can, but there is not an option on the coral that the adhesive won't be a little slightly exposed. In the back of this one, you'll find on some of these little dots that the back just likes to stay where it is. Got it. So some of them you'll be like, really, you're not going to come off? Now we're going to stick the coral right here on the edge of the sand. And then stick the starfish so it overlaps just a little. And then we're going to get our stamp. And our stamp for this one is "My day is better because of you." I forgot to take my thank you off. Whoopses. Hang on. Stick it right down. Get the solid white piece of cardstock. And have fun with the stamp. Stamp it and pop it right off. This is going to get 3 little adhesive dots on the back. 1, 2, and there we go. Pop the backs off. Try not to drop it in your trash bowl. And this goes right here. And it really is that simple. In the time that you guys have been hanging out with me, about 25 minutes, with a few fumbles, because I'm not always perfect, we've done 4 cards. So we've got the "My day is better because of you." Thank you. It means so much. One of my favorite lines, "You are amazing." And just a little smile. So, darlings, these DIY kits really are that simple. All I did before I came on camera was open the package so you didn't have to watch me cut through plastic. But these really are that simple. So go check out Darla's site. Order some of these kits. There are so many that you will find the perfect one that you need to deliver whatever sentiment you're going for. So go check out her site. Get yourself some of these kits, and while you're in the description area of the video, do me a favor, click subscribe, turn on the little bell next to it so you get notified every time I have a new video for you guys. And now I'm going to clean up my mess and pretend like I didn't sit here and make one. Bye, darlings.